In this section, we will see what are all the basic methods that is used in this WebDriver. Okay, so for that purpose, I have created a simple web page, and let us see the source of this code. Okay, so there is a form and some couple of text boxes, and there are 3 buttons and 1 link button. So for demonstration purpose, what we will do, we will navigate to this particular location and we will use some methods to read the individual objects and we will access them. And I have given this particular HTML page as attachment to this video. You can download this file and you just copy the part of this particular HTML file and give it to the get function. So let's run this code first. And you can see that the web page is loaded. Now we will use some methods to read the individual objects and we will try to access them. The first method that we are going to see is find element by ID. So this function is used to read a particular element using this ID field. Okay, so ID will have some values. So using this value we can read that particular object. So coming back to Python, so let us create a form object which is equal to driver dot. There is a function called as find underscore element underscore by underscore ID. So here we have to pass the value for the ID field. So the value for the ID field is form1. So just copy. So as you can see, when you print form, there is an object created and this object represents this entire form field. And when you are using this find element by ID, and if this value is not found, it will raise an error. So for example, we will give a different ID here. So instead of form1, we will give form2. And you can see there is an error because in our browser there is no particular object which has the ID form2. This method find element by ID will return the first object which has the value that is being passed to that function. And if there are more than one object which is having the same ID field, then you have to use the function find underscore elements by ID. So just you have to add a yes over here. So let us see. So if you add a yes over here, it will return a collection. So let us find the length of this collection. So as of now, there is only one element which has the ID form1, so it is returning 1. The second method we are going to see is find element by name. We can also include find elements by name in case we have more than one element of a same name. And coming back to this browser, so let us control this particular text box and we will pass some inputs to this text box. Okay, so for that, move your cursor to the text box and right click, and there is an option called as inspect. So when you click inspect, you will get this particular window. So as you move to this list items, you can find that corresponding objects in the browser will be selected. Okay, so we need to find this particular text box. So right click on this and click inspect. So here you can find that this is the text box that we need. So this text box has the property name equal to name. So coming back to this code, so let us create object txt1 is equal to driver dot find underscore element underscore by underscore name. So here you have to pass the value for the name object. So that is going to be name, and when you press enter, now this particular field is being controlled using the variable called as txt1. So now what we will do, we will pass some strings to that. So for passing some values, we have to import a new library which is called as from selenium dot webdriver dot common dot keys. You are going to import the class called as keys. So let's run this code. So for example, if you want to type ABCD in that particular text box, what you have to do, you have to call the corresponding object which is txt1, and there is a method called as send underscore keys. So this particular method will send the required string to that text box. Okay, so let us give ABCD, and when you press enter and open this browser, you can find that ABCD is been typed in this text box. And this is how you send some keys to this automated browser. Okay, and we will control these two boxes also. So let us click on this and right click inspect. So you can see the name is phone number. Okay, so it is phno. Now let us create a new object. txt2 is equal to driver dot find underscore element underscore by underscore name. So it is going to be phno, and we will send the keys 1 2 3 to that particular text box. So it is going to be txt2 dot send underscore keys. So here you have to type 1 2 3 4. And now you can see that there are two text boxes which having the same name phno, and we are able to control only the first text box. So that's what this particular find element by name will do. Okay, so if there are multiple elements with the same name, it will return the first element. So suppose if I want to control both the text boxes, so I will use txt2 the same code, and I will just add yes to that. So now let us find how many objects are present in txt2 by using the len function. So you can see there are two text boxes which are having the same name phno. So to control the first text box, we have to use txt2 0 dot send keys 100. You can see in the first text box 100 is being typed. Okay, so now we will control the second text box and we will type 200 here. So to do that, go to Python, and this time we are going to give 1 to control the second text box. So dot send underscore keys of 200. Okay, so coming back to this browser, and you can see 200 is being typed in this text box. So this is how you use the functions find element and find elements. Third one we are going to see is find element by linked text. So this particular method is used to control a particular object using the linked text. For example, here there is a button which has the text view help. Okay, so let us control this object using the function find element by linked text. So let me copy this particular text first, and coming to the code, and let us create the object link is equal to driver dot find underscore element underscore by underscore link underscore test. Okay, so we have created an object for this particular control, and now this link is representing this object view underscore help. Okay, so now let us see the code for this view underscore help. So when you press this view underscore help, it is going to give an alert message help clicked. And what we will do, we will try to click this particular link text. Now in the code we will try to click this particular link text, and we will see that the message is popping or not. Okay, so coming back to the code, so there is a function called as dot click. So this dot click will help us to click a particular button or link button. So when you press enter, you can see that this button is being clicked and there is a alert message shown.